I'm Angela Simmons. I'm a lawyer, and I work closely with the North Preston Land Recovery Initiative. And my initial thoughts were great. It was really rewarding to know that after 3 years of advocating that government and people of influential positions in government were listening. We talked about the funds, which is great, but it's not going to make any changes if we actually don't change the legislation. I hope that that is the next step. Some of the questions that I would have, and in some conversations with community members, is what's the rollout of the funds going to look like? Are we going to empower the community outreach workers to actually make some substantive decisions? What kind of background and job descriptions will those community outreach workers have? Another question I have is the surveyors. There was only one with 2 technicians. What will that look like in 5 communities? And if one survey is not able to survey 7 properties, how do we imagine that to happen in a community of over 1,000 people? What are some of the barriers going to be with having money? Who gets the priority of the land first? How does the application look? Who's going to be reviewing the application? Well, I think that's the real big concern I have, is that we have funds and money, but no real plan. People are just wondering, when's it going to start? It won't resolve the land title issue. Yeah, no, absolutely won't. We could have nothing. People could not have any money, but this is a start. What I really, really would like to see, which didn't come out, is that there's going to be some sort of commission put in place to help resolve the disputes. It is not community's problem that need to fix this. That essentially government made promises and they didn't keep their promises. And I think it's whoever, I guess, the community workers recognize would be first, but I think maybe seniors, people who are actually, the housing grants for me, I think if anyone were to ask me, I would say any home that's waiting for a housing grant and is being refused, that don't have land title, need to be in the queue of priority. It's now approaching winter, and you have homes that their roofs are leaking. Windows are cold air's going in them. You have insulation coming out of the homes, and all people being denied seniors housing grant because they don't have title. That's a huge human rights problem. Essentially, you aren't able to get what they call the housing grants, for seniors, but you have to be able to prove that you own your home. It's painful. It's wrong. It's wrong that we live in a society right now that is so entrenched in such discriminatory policies and systemic racism that we can't get past being good citizens and doing the right thing. I think the recognition of other communities is great. But I think actually maybe 2 community workers per designated community would have been better. You're setting people up for failure by essentially giving work that you're not going to be able to complete. I think moving forward, I would really like to see the legislation be changed. That if we had a judicial commission with an executive director, lawyers on there, community workers on there, and then people actually from each of the communities that we're serving actually sit on board to help resolve the conflicts. I always say, be happy that we're here, but be realistic, and this is going to take time. Because the announcement came out, doesn't mean next month you're going to have your title. Doesn't mean we're going to understand the application process any better. What it does mean is that people are listening. And so at least now you have a voice, and keep using it. I encourage people to still continue to have expectations that you deserve better, and it's wrong. And money shouldn't keep you quiet. If things are not right, then you keep speaking about it. You have the right people in place, and it could really be a powerful change if we did it right.